Well, hello and welcome, welcome, welcome to Butter Boutique. I am Doretha, and today is Friday, and today I am going to be going over a few things with you. This is not a crochet video, warning, but it can be. But anyway, I just wanted to share briefly with you um, a few points about identity theft, because those of you who have watched my video know what happened to me, and it could happen to anybody. And you know that my things were taken, stolen from me. I left them in the back seat of my car and went in the store for a couple of minutes. And when I came out, the car had been broken into. It wasn't even my car, but the people had broken into the car, taken all of my things out, and my wallet was inside of the bag. It's a long story. So if you want to know the details, go back and watch the video where I did. It's entitled, you can't miss it, I Got Robbed. So anyway, I just wanted to come and share with you a pamphlet that I got. You know, I'm still going through the journey of regaining all of my information and putting my finances and stuff back in place. And it takes a little time. You know, it's nothing that's going to happen overnight, because remember that the people still have my information, and people are crafty. The enemy is crafty. But I plead the blood of Jesus over my whole situation. But I came to share with you this pamphlet that I got from the Social Security Administration. I don't know if that's backwards or not, if you could read it, but it says identity theft and your Social Security number. And because my number was taken, you know, I had to take steps and go through a process and try to, you know, alert people that it was stolen, and find out what I needed to do, because I was actually lost. You know, in this day and time, with everything being technology driven, I just didn't know what to do. You know, it was simple back in the day. And actually, this publication, speaking of back in the day, it was written in June of 2018. So a lot of this information may be obsolete, you know, as it relates to the technology that we're dealing with now. But it's some good information. It helped me to navigate through what I needed to navigate through to get my Social Security card restored, and to put things in place, you know, to alert businesses, and to alert my the credit department if anybody starts to use my Social Security number. Okay, and so here's some things that you know, this was my experience. I'm not saying this is the end all be all to what you need to do if your identity is stolen, your Social Security number is stolen like mine was. But these are some things to help you think about how to protect yourself out here these days. You know, people have it now where they could just walk past you and scan your pocket and take your information, you know, off of your cards and things. So it's just a terrible situation that we're living in. But we are going to be okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into this. It reads, I'm going to read you a little bit of it, and then some I'll, you know, talk a little bit about my experience. But This is an awareness video. I just want you to be aware. And I'm going to keep it as short as I can. Okay. So it says here that identity theft is one of the fastest growing crimes in America. Remember now, this was back in 2017, 2018. A dishonest person who has a social security number can use it to get other personal information about you. Identity thieves can use your number and your good credit to apply for more credit in your name. Now, then they're going to use the credit cards. They'll run them all up and don't pay the bill. And it damages your credit. You may not find out that someone is using your number until you're turned down for credit. When you get ready to use your own credit, they can go on doing this for years. But until you get ready to use your credit, you won't even know. Sometimes you'll find out when you go to apply for credit yourself and you don't get it. And sometimes you'll find out when the creditors get your number and start calling. And you'll be like, oh, what? I didn't apply for this. So, someone illegally using your social security number and assuming your identity can cause you a lot of problems. Okay? Your number is confidential. We all know that. We're taught that. The moment our parents give us their social security number and that card, they say protect it with your, don't give anybody this number. So we all know how important it is to keep that social security number private. You don't share it with anybody. You don't give it to anybody. You don't loan it to anybody. You just protect your card so nobody will see it. You don't leave it laying out on the table or things like that because you don't know, who can see your information and take off with it. Can't trust everybody. So it says here the Social Security Administration protects your social security number and keeps your records confidential. We don't give your number to anyone except when authorized by law. You should be careful about sharing your number, even when it's asked for. A lot of people will call you. Some of these spam people will call you and pretend to be someone else, and they'll ask you for your number over the phone. And I've always, because I've been taught, I've always been wary about them. I'm like, why do you need my social security number? And a lot of legitimate places nowadays, when you're doing business over the phone, they might ask for your last 4 digits, but they're not going to ask for your whole social security number. Don't trust people when they ask that. It's just not good business. It's not a good idea to trust people and give them your whole number. Ask them why. If you got to go to the hospital or to the doctor and they need your number, you'll give that to them. You're standing right there. Of course, you're going to need your social security number for those places. You're going to need it if you're applying for credit and different things like that. But don't just willy-nilly give that number out. Okay? You should ask why your number is needed and how will it be used and what will happen if you refuse. It's okay to ask. It's yours. Nobody can demand that number from you. It's okay to ask, what do you want it for? Well, how is it going to be used? Yeah. The answers to these questions can help you decide if you want to give out your social security number or not. Nobody's going to take care of you out here in this world but Jesus, God, and yourself. Of course, your parents when you can't do it yourself, but you know how it is. But you got to take care of yourself out here. And I've learned a lot of hard lessons, and this is one of them. And so I'm just sharing this with you. So maybe I can help somebody. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you didn't know about this information. If you did know about this pamphlet and you knew about this information already, well, good. But this is for somebody who've never experienced what I went through. It's a scary thing to have your information taken from you. You're not safe. Don't leave your stuff in the back seat of a car. First of all, don't leave your bags. I don't care. I was just in transition from my house. I was going back to the hospital, and I popped into the store for a minute to see what they had on sale at Michael's. 20 minutes at the most. And when I came out, I had been robbed. So it don't take them long. People are watching you even when you don't think they're watching you. Okay? So let me move on and just do a little bit more of this, and then I'm going to end it. But I'm not going to do this entire pamphlet, but I just want to hit some highlights in my own way and let you know about the safety of, the importance of protecting yourself out here. Okay, how might someone steal your number? Identity thieves can get your personal information by stealing, first of all, your wallet, your purse. They'll steal your mail. They'll go through your trash. They, any type of bank card, bank statements. Make sure you shred all of that information before you even put it in the trash. You know, if you get a pre-approved credit card, don't just say, oh, I don't want that, and throw it in the garbage. Shred it up. I mean, if you can't shred good enough with your hands, buy you a shredder. They coming pretty cheap now, that you can use them in the house. Shred this stuff up. Even though you don't want the pre-approved credit card, you don't want anybody else to get a hold of that stuff. Shred it up, okay? Any tax information, any old checks that you don't use anymore, tear that stuff up, shred it up, real fine. So they'd have to have a magnifying glass or something to put it together. Shred it up. There's a difference in the word shred and tear. So we want our things shredded, okay? Stealing personal information that you provide online to unsecured sites. If you go online, be careful sharing your information. Don't be going on to these Facebook ads and typing in your personal information. Don't be going on ads that you don't know anything about on like Instagram. Only, some of these people will pop up and they scam you. TikTok, all these places. Be careful out there putting your information into these unsecured online sites. Okay? They'll steal your information from business and personal records. Personal information in your home. Some people will come in your house and they looking around like this. If you got some mail laying on your table, turn up, they're looking at that because they want to see what they can get. Flip that mail down or don't even leave it out like that. I know it's your home, but if you have people coming in and out your house, you have to protect yourself. Okay, they will rummage through your trash. They'll go to businesses. They'll go to doctor's offices and rummage through their trash. They'll go in dumpsters. Some people dumpster dive. They doing this to get personal things for themselves or to find items that maybe they could donate, because some people do that for a living. But there are others out there who dumpster dive just to find personal information that they can use to damage somebody's life. Okay, and they can go and, of course, the scammers that call you, they send you emails. Now they send you text messages. I got a text message one day that said, "You have a package. Your package." No, it said, "We tried to deliver your package and was unsuccessful. Click on this link." They wanted me to click on a link so that I can, get whatever code and come to the post office and pick up my package. Well, I had to think. I didn't even order a package. I did not order anything. And if I did order something, why are you sending me a text message? Send me an email, because I know you got my email address. But people, there are professional scammers out there, so be careful. Okay, I just wanted to, you know, I'm just sharing. This is from the Social Security Administration. Okay, they will pretend to be people you know. They'll pretend to be your landlord. They'll pretend to be a friend. They'll call and ask for you instead of saying, "May I speak with Miss Cole?" They'll be like, "Oh, is Dorita home?" You know, they'll pretend to be a job opportunity, or I've gone down a rabbit hole looking for an at-home job or something that I could do at home, and I've clicked and clicked and clicked and clicked and clicked, and it led me to nowhere trying to find a job online. It was a scam site. So just be careful. Be careful. There are a lot of people out there waiting to take advantage of someone who is, just not paying close attention to things like me. So be careful. And they'll send you, I've gotten personal messages on my Facebook. I've gotten messages here on YouTube. I've gotten messages on Instagram where people are wanting to say, "Oh, we see your work and we see how wonderful you are. We would like you to do this or that, and we would like you to represent us in this or that." I'm very cautious of those type of things. But the enemy is sitting there waiting to pounce on you. So now in this day and time, we have to leave all cracks. Don't leave any cracks open in your life, okay? Okay, buying personal information from inside sources, for example, an identity thief may pay a store employee for information about you that appears on an application for goods, services, or credit. They'll pay an employee. I'm watching. If I have to hand my card to somebody, I'm watching. My daughter told me, she said, they'll run back there and make a copy of your card. You gotta be careful. They'll take a quick picture of your card, you know. And it seems unreasonable to be untrusting, but right now, where my heart is, I just want you to be careful. Don't take nothing for granted these days. The enemy is waiting to pounce on God's people. So be careful with your Social Security number and your card. When you start a job, make sure your employer has the correct Social Security number so your records are correct. Provide your Social Security number to your financial institutions or your tax reporting places, or the hospital. But it keep your card. This is where I messed up right here, and I wanted y'all to know this. Keep your card, excuse me, and other documents that show your Social Security number in a safe place. Do not routinely carry your card or other documents that display your number. And see, I've always just carried my Social Security card in my wallet. I have. And I've always carried all my identification. I've always carried my credit card. Everything was right there. So when the enemy took my wallet, they had everything. They got everything. They got I always keep my medical cards in my wallet because I was like, you never know when you have to go to the doctor if you're gonna need them or whatever. I kept all that stuff together, and that's not a good idea. It is not. It's not a good idea. And at this age, y'all see all this gray hair. At this age, I've done it all my life. But at this age, I've realized now that it's not good to keep all that stuff together and carry it routinely. Have a place, a safe or whatever, a safe place. Because I don't need my Social Security card to go to the grocery store. But this wasn't a routine carry because I was headed somewhere where I may, I didn't know what I needed. But routinely, they're saying, you don't need your Social Security card at the grocery store. Or if you go shopping for shoes, those type of things. You don't really need to keep all those things together. So I'm going to wrap this up now. If you think somebody's using your number, sometimes more than one person uses the same Social Security number, either on purpose or by accident. If you suspect somebody's using your number for work purposes, you should contact us and report the problem. We will review your earnings with you to ensure your records are correct. Okay? If identity theft is creating problems for you, I'm moving on down here. It says visit identitytheft.gov. I had to go there to report identity theft and to get a recovery plan. And I'm going through the recovery. Identitytheft.gov guides you through each step of the recovery process. It's a one-stop resource managed by the Federal Trade Commission, the nation's consumer protection agency. You can also call 1-877-ID-THEFT. You may want to contact the Internal Revenue Service. I've done that. And identity theft also might use your Social Security number to file a tax return to receive a refund under your number. If you're eligible for a refund, a thief could file a tax return and get your money. Then when you go to file, IRS said, oh, you've already received a check. So there's a lot of damage that a person can do when they steal your identity. So I'm just here to give you a little bit of information. Okay, and it also says if you think you may have tax issues because someone has stolen your identity, go to www.irs.gov/identity-protection or call 1-800-908-4490. Also, you should file an online complaint with the Internet Crime Complaint Center at www.ic3.gov. The IC3 gives victims of cybercrime a convenient and easy-to-use reporting mechanism that alerts authorities of suspected criminal or civil violations. The IC3 sends every complaint to one or more law enforcement or regulatory agencies with jurisdiction. Okay? So, should you get a new Social Security number? Okay? Should you get another Social Security number? If you've done all you can to fix the problem that you're having from the misuse of your Social Security number, and someone is still using your number, then they may assign you a new number. You can't just run out and get a new number because it's been stolen. Because I tried. They said, no, ma'am. If somebody's causing you problems with your current number, with your stolen number, and you've done everything that we've instructed you to do, and they're still causing you problems, then we might give you a new number. So you can get a new Social Security number if your card is lost or stolen, but there's no evidence that someone is using your number. You can't get a new Social Security number if your card is lost or stolen, but there's no evidence that someone's using your number. Okay, you can't get it. You cannot get a new Social Security number to avoid the consequences of filing for bankruptcy. Or you cannot get a new Social Security number if you intend to avoid the law or your legal responsibility. Okay? So there are other steps to show you what you need to do if you decide to apply for a new number. And on the back is telling you how to contact Social Security. The most convenient way to contact the Social Security anywhere is to visit www.socialsecurity.gov. So if you're ever a victim of identity theft, I know it's a scary situation. I'm going through it myself. So if you ever lose your information, you can't find it. Sometimes we forget where we leave it, or something like that. But if you know your identity has been stolen, or even if you can't find your information and you suspect it's been stolen, go through these steps that I have shared with you. Okay? I've given you phone numbers off of this pamphlet. I've given you the website. I don't think it has changed since 2018. And if you need to speak to a person, they answer calls from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, Monday through Friday. They're always very, very busy, so it may be a pretty long wait. And I can tell you it is. But, just hold on. Hold on. They'll pick up, or they'll instruct you on where to go where you can get your answers faster. So I hope that this Social Security publication number 05-10064 has been helpful. This is what I received as I was going through my identity theft crisis, and it definitely helped me, in contacting different agencies that I needed to contact in order to try to get my identity, secure my identity. Yeah. So anyway, I thank you. I thank you so much for coming and listening to this. I hope I haven't bored anyone to death, but I appreciate you coming. Hit the like button if this information was helpful to you, and come back to see me. I do some crocheting. You see a little hat back there? I made that hat on the Centro, my knitting machine. That's a knitted hat, not a crocheted hat. So come back to see me. I'll show you some more work that I've done, and I'll show you how to do a few loops. And yeah, I'll see you later. around here in these YouTube streets. I pray that everything that I've done today has been in God's perfect will. Thank you for coming and have a wonderful day.